What I'm saying is, you can't get much higher than the Vice President of Hilton International, right? Okay, and I'll give you many other examples. I've met with all the, I've got all the names on file. I can tell you all the head of security of the hotels you're talking about. We had a massive set-to with that Thistle Hotel about a year ago, because what happens there is the porters there, depending who's on duty, either use our bent taxi drivers, right, for bunging them a 10 or 12 quid, or they use the minicabs, whichever way round, okay, whichever suits the individual, whatever kickback he's getting, right? And as a result of that, one of our cab drivers ended up almost having a fight with the porter, and there was a complaint about him to the carriage office, and he was up to, we escorted him to the carriage office. I'm going to bore you all the detail, but we had a big, and I basically said, if you complain once more about any of our drivers, I said, you're all bent, all your people are bent. I said, one more complaint about our drivers. I said, I know they're bent as well, but I'm certainly not having me going up to the carriage office defending them when, you know, in relation to what's going on at your hotel. I said, one more complaint about one of our drivers, and there'll be a 2-week ticket instead of a 1-week ticket. Yeah. So I'm going to give you some examples there. You say we've got a premium service. So this is where you're suffering. Look, no one lives and breathes the taxi trade more than Bob Oddy for 44 years. I still go out occasionally in the evening. I'm going out tonight till 3 o'clock in the morning, not driving a cab. We're going out on operations to do with the nightclubs, right? I go out all the time. Anyone who knows me closely will tell you that. I'm not bullshitting you. Right?
No, I read your paper all the time.
I won't start going out. No, but a lot of the stuff you don't read in the paper is what I've done, but my name doesn't go on it. Now, I won't be going out until 11 o'clock tonight. I was in here at 9 o'clock this morning. Okay? I'll be going home at about 6, resting up, having a meal, and I'll be going out at 11 o'clock tonight. That is just a fact. Okay? With Charlie guys. So I live and breathe it, and there's nothing I don't know what's going on out there. A lot of people come in, they see a guy sitting behind a desk, and because he doesn't really know what's going on out there these days. Well, we take, on average, between 100 and 150 telephone calls and inquiries every day here. So I know exactly what's going on out there, because I'm dealing with it. Drivers are phoning me all day long. Never ever think I don't know what's going on. So what I'm saying to you is, let's pick up where you've made one mistake, unfortunately, is this. I'm going to ask you a question now. And you're a pretty educated man, a shrewd guy, and you'll know exactly where I'm coming from, and you'll try and excuse it. Because you know the answer you're going to have to give, because there is only one answer. But you're then going to say, but. But it isn't but, because you don't want to accept the truth. I'm going to ask you a question. When did you last see a minicab driver with a pistol in his hand holding the gun to a passenger's head to get in his vehicle?
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
You haven't?
I can't see what the relevance of that is.
You can't? Well, I'm surprised you can't.
Okay.
Well, let me finish.
No, let me answer that question. The pistol is a London taxi to Heathrow Airport is 95, but I'll get you a car for 75.
That's where you got it decided on. Let me just tell you something. First of all, no one's having the gun held to their heads, whether it's touts at night or whether it's 11 o'clock outside the Thistle. No one's holding a gun to a passenger's head to get in a minicab. That's a fact. But our taxi drivers, including many people I know personally, don't seem to want to accept that. People know it's not a taxi. They can see the taxi on the rank behind it. They can see the taxis passing down Park Lane, Oxford Street all the time. Thousands of them. Yeah. Okay? They know it's not perhaps what they thought, but they're getting in it anyway.
I'm not interested. For the purpose of this, I'm not interested in nightclubs.
That's your problem. Yeah, but they're getting in it anyway, Jonathan.
I understand what you're saying, Bob. I'm not interested in it. But this is my angle. Fine, let the hotels use private hire, but what they've got to tell them is...
They don't have to tell them anything.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
We shame them into telling them. The cab is 50 quid, and and we put £30 on top as a service charge. That's what hotels do. Yeah, you can get a beer in the pub over the road for £2, or you can get it in the minibar for £4.50. Some people go over the bar and some don't. Some people will still get a minicab.
We'll be chatting in 1 or 10 years' time or whenever, and you'll be saying, just about as ever, isn't it, Bob? I say, yeah, it is, Jonathan. Do you remember that chat you had? You thought you could change it in 1? Because I've tried everything there is to change it, mate. It doesn't work.
I'm going to phone the taxman up on Monday.
The reason it doesn't work...
Yeah. I'm phoning the taxman on Monday. I've had a preliminary conversation as an accusation that they're taking money and not declaring it as income.
God, don't tell me.
It's a good way.
I've dealt with hundreds of tax investigations.
Yeah.
You're talking to the king of tax investigations.
I'm not talking about taxi, I'm talking about Condier.
You're talking to a man.
It's an angle.
Jonathan.
Yeah.
You're not listening.
Go on.
You're not listening.
Oh.
When I went to a seminar, I don't know if you know, I'm still based there to a degree, I'll just give you an example. Somerset House in the Strand used to be the headquarters.
That's right. I used to do their pest control. Go on.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
When they had a seminar about 5 years ago, when all the top people in the taxi trade and other trades, Martin, are you with Martin Goodell? You know Martin Goodell?
No, I don't use an accountant.
Well, he's got 9,000 clients.
Yeah.
Multi-millionaire, lovely guy. Right. There were about 80 or 90 people invited to this seminar in the evening about tax, generally speaking about tax. You've been to many of these meetings because of the nature of what the impression I get from what you've done in the past. So we go. I turn up at Somerset House whenever it was 7 o'clock in the evening, and walk along that's this way, that way, and come to a table outside the main room. On the table they've got all the name tags, as you do going into these sort of presentations. You're familiar with them.
Sure.
And you walk in, you say, John Smith from Lloyd's, and they say, John Smith, that's you, yes, mark him down. John Smith, here's your badge, thank you very much, Mr. Smith. That's what happens, right? And I walked in, I said, oh, we know who you are, Mr. Oddy, and gave it to him. Right? You might think it's just me showing off. Right?
I don't understand your point.
Well, my point is that I know a lot about inland revenue.
Yeah.
And the inland revenue know a lot about me in the past.
I know a lot about PR, marketing.
So what I'm saying to you is, if you think the inland revenue are going to run round after some minicab driver that might be some concierge,
not interested in the minicab driver,
or some concierge that might be getting a backhander, you're living in Cuckoo Land.
We'll see.
Well, they won't.
We'll see. I'm not interested in one angle. I'm interested in multi-angles. You see, I lecture in marketing, and one of the things I say to my students is 50% of what you spend on marketing is going to be a waste of money. The problem you've got is you don't know which 50%, and you'll never know which 50%. So, and also it changes day by day, by the way. So, my thing is a full-on challenge with the Mayor's Office, the Tourism Office for London, TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor's a fantastic website, phenomenal website.
Right, so I'll work for them, you make your presentation to me.
Sorry?
I'm the Mayor's Office.
No, I haven't put it together yet, I don't do things like that.
What's the thrust of it?
I don't do things like that.
So what's the thrust of it?
The thrust of it is...
You've got the meeting with Mr. TripAdvisor, if you like.
No, TripAdvisor's a website, you just go on it.
You're in the door, I say, I've only got 5 minutes, what give me the thrust of it, Jonathan?
Well, I'll do it, but I don't normally do things like this because I like to be very, very, very prepared when I go to a meeting.
You've got the idea, the concept of what you're going to say to them. What is it? Don't worry about the words. What's the concept? What are you going to say to me?
My concept is there are tourists and business people coming into London being ripped off by hotels.
I'm sure you're right. We've had many complaints about it.
That's why I don't do things like this. That's why I don't do things like what you've just done.
Actually, my cousin came over from America. He was ripped off at the hotel near.
Hotel near I find that a bit embarrassing because we didn't say we're going to do a role play here. What you said was you'd like the thrust of it, and I was going to give you the thrust. You didn't ask me to do a presentation.
What's the interest going to be?
The interest is going to be is that London is known as a rip-off city.
Yeah, we'd like to sort it out,
Well then let's get it sorted.
There's some other cities.
I'm not playing role plays, I told you.
Paris has got a bad name and Roman's dodgy. I don't think we're the worst, you know. But yeah, you're right. We could do some. What do you want us to do though?
I don't do role plays. I'm sorry, Bob, I don't do role plays.
Well, I've been in this business a very long time. I'm on the board of Transport for London. I know the men.
Yeah, because people... I know the men. I'm not interested in the Transport for London. I don't find Transport for London of any use to London. Look at all the... not that part of the Mayor's Office. I'm not interested in Transport for London. They can't even get the roads moving with all the roadworks on it.
So I'm interested in your problem.
I'm interested...
That's nailed you. They're going to put any...
I don't understand why you're trying to catch me out all the time.
I'm succeeding. The problem is, mate, I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you why.
We can't just give up, Bob. We can't all just throw our hands in the air and say that's the end of it. Yeah.
I told you I'm going out at 3 o'clock in the morning on the touts tonight on another matter, right? I'll tell you, I got the ranks outside all the clubs that come in.
I know, I think it's fantastic. Mind you, I don't work nights very often, but I think it's great.
Well, that's when you want to see the real problems.